All right, we are officially live. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty there, but we are here. And all I have to say is wow, wow, wow. We've got some really crazy stuff to share. We've got the title ninja here, which in my email, if you guys read it, that's what he wants to be called now. So we're going to have to start addressing
No. It's not what I want to be. It's what I've been, given the role of is title ninja. Listen, I'm not the only one saying this, okay? A bunch of you are always saying, I want to be like the title ninja. Well, listen, you can be like the title ninja, and I am the title ninja. We're just gonna clarify that. That's not just me saying that. That's the people. The people want the title ninja. Okay.
All right. Settle down.
Hey,
All right.
I'm hyped just as much as you are because, guys, this is going to be an insane live because this update is crazy. I mean, I don't think we thought we would be, right here only, 8 months in, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
All right, go in. I know you want to go in. Let's go.
All right. So here's what we're going to do, though. We've got a lot to cover here today. So we initially, this Thursday was going to be our scheduled income report for December. So if you guys have been following along, we are doing these income reports. We were supposed to do it last Thursday, I believe it was, but we skipped over that. I forget why. I think we had something else on our mind that we had to do. I forget. We were closing down the 1K collective, I think it was. Right, so yep. I think that's what it was. So this week we're going to break down the numbers, and the numbers are crazy. And I'm going to walk everything through with you. Also, Scotty, the one thing I didn't have in my spreadsheet was any affiliate commissions. Did we have anything come through this month? You might want to go just look so we can plug that in. I can plug it in live.
I'll look while you're talking.
I can plug that in live. Also, I've got a new setup here today. I got a new setup here. I've got a new monitor. I've got the Mac Mini running today. That's why we had a little bit of some technical problems here, but we're here. And I am going to try to share my screen. So let's go ahead. And before I do that, though, I want to know, how has your 2025 been as far as YouTube? Are you guys grinding out there or what? Let us know in the comments. Let us know. We're grinding over here, and we're having a blast. We did close the 1K collective, and let me just tell you something, Scotty, and you didn't even see it when you messaged me earlier. But we've got one of our students in there and crushing it. And all it was up is what he said. And he's got like 3 videos that are well over 1,000 views. And he's fired up, and we're fired up for him. And I just have to say that group is rocking and rolling, and just a cool group. Over 70 people in there right now. We're just hanging out, but we're also grinding. I mean, this week their assignment was to go out there and create a video with our instructions. And I would say about 20 of them have their assignments handed in. And if you're watching this and you're one of them, get that assignment handed in. Let's get it in. We need some numbers. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and let's just dig in. This is going to be us going through, and then we're also going to share with you. I've got so much to share, guys, as you guys can see. We've got a video that popped off this week. I mean, I'm talking popped off. It's over 22 or 23,000 views. I'm gonna show you guys that. I'm also going to share with you guys how it's a little bit of a different title, and it's strategically done this way. And we're hoping we're going to get a little bit more long-term out of this thing, a little bit more long tail. All right. And we're going to share what that is. We're going to look at it, and we're going to break everything down here. So let's just, let's get into it. So I'm going to go ahead and try to share my screen this time. This time it might work. Last time it wouldn't. Yeah, it looks like it's going to. So let me go ahead and pull up the numbers, and here we go. Let's see how that looks on the screen. A little small. Let me go ahead and see if I can't bring that in a little bit. There we go. All right. Perfect. All right. So here's what we got. All right. And I'm just going to kind of blast through these numbers. And Scotty, do you have a number here for me? Do we have anything? Did we make any money on the affiliate stuff?
Yeah, with me. You ready for it? $1.79.
Ooh, $1.79. Okay, so those numbers are going to be a little off, but we won't worry about that. But I do want to plug them in here. All right. So, and for the Amazon commissions, guys, I mean, we don't really push anything. It's like, if you go in our description and you see a piece of equipment that we use, you might go through it. We might in the future do a little bit more equipment-based review type stuff, but right now that's not our main focus. So anyway, views. So last month it was 171,891. This month, December was 216,092. Those are monthly views. So we're up. monthly subscribers. We were, let's see here. We added, we added 4,446 the month before. Last month, December, 5,200 we added. Okay. And who knows, maybe before we get off here today, we're going to be over 17,000 because we're like 16,900 and some change. So maybe. Email subscribers. This one here blows my mind. We were at 1,495 added. We added 2,722 email subscribers. That right there, guys, crazy. And any of you that have ever paid for advertisements to build your email list, and you've done it in a way that was like even affordable, you're talking $3, $5, even sometimes $10 per email subscriber. So if you did some quick math on that, let's just say $5, we're talking 10 grand in money that we would have spent on ads. So really, really good. And then the AdSense money, we made $1,760.36. Amazon commission, $1.79. Okay, that ain't even gonna buy us a coffee, Scotty. That ain't even gonna buy us a coffee. All right, and then let's slide over here. StreamYard, same $6.25, probably the same renewal because we get that on a recurring. So again, we're not pushing that. That's just kind of, we mentioned it once or twice. And then the workshop coaching, $12,189. And that has to do with our recent 1K collective. Now, here's the crazy thing. Okay. That right there. And I'm going to show you when I get into my totals down here, it's actually more than that, but that's just through December. We actually closed the 1K collective. I believe it was on the 3rd or 4th.
Yep. 3rd.
Yeah. 3rd. Okay. We closed it then. So there's more sales that came in after that. So we're not calculating them for December. We're going to calculate them for January, but we'll get to that. So a total for the month, $13,955.61. Pretty good. Not too bad. All right. And, you can see here the month before was 5,509. All right. Now let's get into the totals. And this is pretty exciting. So we're looking at AdSense, and this is since we've been tracking it, guys. It's a little bit more than this. This is since November. So this is just for the 2 months. $3,247.36. Amazon affiliates, $198.47. StreamYard, $78.98. vidIQ, $0, because we're not pushing it. Workshops and coaching, $16,184. Sponsors, nothing as of right now. Total to date, $19,708.81. But it gets better because if we look right here, this is actually what was collected after the 1st. So this is going to be tallied for next month. And if we total this with this, just to kind of give us where we're at to date, we're at $23,894.81. There's where we're at. When we really just started monetizing, well, AdSense was about what, 4 months ago. And that started off like a couple $100 a month. And we really didn't start monetizing for about, I'd say close to maybe 2.5, 3 months. And here we are, 23,894.81 to date. All right. But for November, December, we're almost at 20 grand. So we're at our goal. Like we said, we want to track us building this to $100,000. We're 23, almost 24% of the way there. And we are just getting started, So that's what we got for you. If you guys have any questions on any of this stuff, drop them in the comments. Scotty, what did you want to reflect on some of these numbers and some of these things, even going back to, like what we were doing for, email subscribers and the monthly views and all of that stuff?
Yeah, I think starting like with the monthly views and stuff, I think definitely having those micro viral videos. And here's the cool thing, guys, is unlike, which we'll talk about in a minute, the video that just went viral for us, or micro viral, whatever, for us recently, that was the quickest we've ever had, 10,000 to 20,000 views in 2 days. That was crazy. But for that, the views you're seeing in the December monthly views, actually majority of those came from a video back in November, the early November. And so it was still getting, I mean, at the time, I'm trying to remember, almost 200 views a day. Like, it was just going. And that video is over 100,000 now. That was one of the videos. There was another video that was shot in November that right now is at 91,000. That was getting around 100, 130 a day. And so all of that from a video that originally started as browse, starting to get a little bit of search and still getting pushed, which is insane. So I think that's one thing that's helping with these monthly views is, and this is what we talk about long form content, right? It's evergreen. So we put something out in November. It's not just good for November. In a year from now, it's still going to apply. So it's like we're still getting views on these videos, where I see a lot of other channels, they're doing more one-offs to where it's very hard for later on to get searched up or to even get in a browse feature or a recommended, because it's so outdated or it doesn't matter anymore. Where it's like in any niche, there is things that stays through the duration, right? Like there's in the sneaker niche, when I was in the sneaker niche, right? Cleaning a shoe has not changed over 15 years. There's different ways maybe, but the same way you did it 15 years ago still works now, right? It's just still there. So that's what we're noticing too, is with some of these. And the video we're actually going to talk about today, which you were talking about, was a different kind of style that we did. That one technically would be more search based. And that one I'm very excited for in the long run. Like right now, it was amazing out the gate. It did great. And we'll go into those numbers in a little bit. But I think the coolest part about it is we weren't even expecting that for now. We were expecting that for 6 months from now. And so with that thing already taking off, we're like, wow, in 3 months, it's going to be crazy, right? And then let's go into email subscribers, because you talk about obviously the importance of it, and especially, building a business around that, right? And I think number one, getting all these emails and the strategy that you're using, which is insane. And you guys probably will see the strategy if you just watch the videos. You probably know, because guess what? You probably commented and you probably said hooks or 100K. Yep. Which, if you don't have that or you don't know what that is, by the way, just comment hooks or 100K, because hooks is our outlier titles from me, specifically the Title Ninja. So go get those hooks, 10 of our best outliers. And then the 100K is literally the roadmap that we're walking you through right now with our update. It's the roadmap of how we get that. So again, just comment hooks if you want the outliers, 100K. If you want the roadmap, comment both. We'll send both. But like even that, just dropping that in here like I just did now, we might get a couple comments now. We're going to get an email. Okay. And now we're just growing. Now when you have these micro viral videos that you're getting, 50,000 views on, and in there in the first 3 to 5 minutes, you said comment this, you're going to start getting a bunch of these comments. Now, we don't look at them as just comments. These are potential emails, right? And that's honestly what's helping us. And it's funny because, recently we switched over the roles of responding to emails. So now, or not email, sorry, responding to comments, right? And so, because let's clarify this as well. We literally see all your comments. We comment to every single comment. It is not a bot. There is no one else doing it. It is literally us, and it takes time. The video from the other day that's over 20,000 views, I am still catching up on. There is so many, and the hooks in the 100K are easy. It's the other ones that someone has a question, like I don't want to just leave them hanging. I want to respond to it. So it's like it's a lot of stuff, but I'd rather have that problem than not have enough comments. But I mean, that's the thing too, is all this engagement is helping our videos grow. And I think that ultimately leads back to the views, why we are starting to gain so much traction and almost, getting close to doubling our views per month.
Yeah. I've got another thing I'm going to share with you guys. I tested it this morning, and I'm going to share with you how you could literally do this. It took me 5 minutes, and I literally just decided I'm going to test this. And it wasn't a video. It was in the community.
I saw it.
And if you're not using the community stuff, man, oh man, you're going to want to, okay? Because it's a underutilized place for you to get more engagement, to also get connected with your subscribers. And if you guys are following the 100K roadmap, the second part, the R, is the relationship building. Doing stuff like this is really building relationship, right? Communicating through a post or a comment is engagement. You showing up consistently is engagement, right? Like it's getting that engagement. So that community is so underutilized. And this morning I tested it, and you're going to see what I did. It was a little different. I haven't seen anybody do this either. So we're just trying to we're trying to come up with our own reinvention of like how you can play around with this platform. Like I said, I've been doing this a long time. And it's changed, but it's also become better. I feel like there's more opportunities for us. So anyway, let's do this real quick. If you are here right now and you are on the email list, right? You got an email saying, hey, we're going to go live today. Join us. Let us know in the comments. I'm just curious how many of you are on the email list. The other thing I want to clarify, because I know some people are like, yeah, Scotty, you did some coaching, right? You've got that 1K collective that you did like, it was like a $15,000 plus launch, right? It went really well. How would we do that? Like, how am I going to be able to do that? And I'm going to use an example. And I don't think she'll mind. Cheryl, who's in our 1K collective, right? She does rebounding. Okay. Now rebounding, if you don't know what it is, it's like a little mini trampoline and you jump on it and you do, you can do exercises. You can do, it's also good for just getting the toxins, moving and everything out of your body. My wife's into it big time. And I get on that thing. I try to get on at least once a day, but there's a whole tribe out there for rebounding. So if you're building something where you're helping people, and we've been doing this now on this channel, this particular channel for 8 months, 9 months, almost 9 months. And we didn't start offering anything. You didn't even have an idea of what we were going to offer until 2 months ago. Right. And so the point here I'm trying to make is like, you got to have patience, but you also got to stay showing up and you got to be delivering and you got to be helping people. And then it will come back to you. I promise you. Right. And so the reason why I'm using that as an example is because people would say, well, you're in the make money niche, right? You're in the YouTube niche. You're in the Etsy niche. You're in the photography niche, like whatever it is, right? Like you're showing people how to make money. Like it's easier for you. No, there's people out there doing beekeeping that are selling $200, $500 coaching for beekeeping. Okay. There's people out there that are charging for fishing courses, right? Or eBooks. There's all different kinds out there. If like I said, like for Cheryl, for the rebounder, she could have a workshop where she walks through for 2 hours and charges people $50 to show up on a weekend. And she could do a 2-hour workshop and pre-sell that, just like we did for one of our first workshops, which was the titles to views. Okay. And we did scroll stopper workshop. Those were 2 small workshops that we got on for a couple hours, actually 3 hours. And we taught, right? Low entry, get in there. And then we graduated and say, okay, the 1K collective, we're going to spend 4 weeks with people now. We're going to meet with them once a week and we're going to help those people, charged a little more. Right. And so you're starting to see like you're getting more value, but you're also getting a little bit more like personal touch. And so as you do that, you can graduate. So right now we're following the 100K to a T. And right now we're in the monetization, but we're still in the attention. We're still in the relationship building. We're always going to be in these 3 areas. But if you guys want that, if you haven't grabbed a copy, I'm going to definitely recommend you do it. It's 18 pages long, 100K in the comments. All right. And yes, you will become part of our email list, which by the way, yesterday, 195 emails. I think we broke one of our records. I think we had the most emails in one day, 195 emails collected yesterday. Day before was 175. I think today we're already over 75. I can actually check here in a minute and I'll give a live update. All right. So with all that being said, I just want you guys to realize that if you are here to learn how to get views, yes, but how do you turn the views into a business? How do you turn it into steady flow of customers or potential customers or people that are just going to be in your tribe, right? That's the thing that I want you guys to really, really grab a hold of. The other thing I want you guys to do real quick in the comments, let us know, are you a coach, a course creator, or do you want to be one day? Let us know in the comments. We're really trying to figure out who it is that's tuning in. We did a poll inside the 1K collective, and I would say 50 or 55% said they're coaches and course creators. I think there was 20% that said that they want to be. And I think another option there I had was not sure yet, right? Just trying to build my channel, right? So I'm just curious. Let us know in the comments. All right, cool. Scotty, want to get in some analytics?
Let's do it.
All right, let me go ahead and share my other screen over here. And going to share that tab instead. Let's go and switch it over to there. And there we have it. Let me make it a little bit bigger. There we go. All right, cool. Yes, we're at 16,943 subscribers. All right. This was a video we did after the other one kind of blew up, and this one's doing pretty good. This one's at 2,000. This was posted yesterday. This is at 2,300, 3 out of 10. Kind of hard to beat that other one. Look at that. We had 11,100 in the same period of time, right, on that other video. Crazy. And then 5.5 on the click-through rate, and then 4 minutes and 16 seconds on the average view duration. So this video right here did pretty good. It's still doing pretty good. But that's not the video we're talking about. Let me go into the video I'm talking about, which is this one right here. And I'm going to show you guys the winning thumbnail on this one too, which is actually the one that's there, because I think the other one got taken down because I pulled it early. Let me see if I can even see that right now. Let me scroll down. Oh no, let's see. Go to test, view test report. Yeah, I can. Yeah, this was the 2 that we ran. This is the winner. So this one here said watch before uploading. This one here just said new way to upload. And then we had the old way, new way. That one won 60%. So pretty good stuff. And then let's see here. Oh, the other thing we always get asked, Scotty, is description. You know, we actually went into detail on this in the 1K collective, which we're going to do that more this weekend. What do I put in my description? I struggle with that. You know, I always struggle because I don't know what to write, or I don't like writing. We just copy and paste. Like there's nothing else that's going in this except for a download, another download. If you're interested in our equipment that we use, here it is, and a few hashtags. And these we just put in there just because. As far as tags go, not using tags. There's all the tags we're using. 0. Okay. These are being suggested by vidIQ, or right here, but we're not using them. So that's all that, but that's not even the video I wanted to share with you guys. Oh yeah, this is the one. Here we are. Let me get into it. There it is. So I want to show you this. 413 at 11 a.m. this morning. That was our peak for today. But if you look, it went down overnight. But then right here, and if I go to this is since published, here it was out of the gate, kind of 5 o'clock. That was at night. That's the last 48. Oh, I can't really do that, can I?
Okay, go to first 24.
I thought I could have did it that way, but I guess not. First 24. Here we go. It ain't going to show us here, but it'll show us here. So if I hover here, okay. So this was let's go first hour. Hour was right around there, 277. Right? Typical, it said in this period. And then here, typical, here, typical. And then all of a sudden we had a little bit of a surge at around 5 o'clock at night. And then ever since it's been just going up. Just been going up.
Yeah, there was a point at night, I think we were getting 600 views an hour.
Yeah. So let's go back here now to since published. And if you look at this, guys, 23,000. What's that?
Still trending up too.
Yeah, I still ticking up. 23,000 views, 1,700 watch time hours, and 647 subscribers. And it made $72 so far. And this is 2 days behind. So it's going to be over $100 probably by today. Right? Browse suggested. The reach, let's get into that. 355,000 impressions. Click-through rate. Now, Scotty, why don't you explain why this will happen when you get to a certain number of impressions? Why don't you just kind of describe that?
Yeah, so click-through rate, honestly, we only look at the click-through rate as long as it's above 6% in the first day. If it drops below that out the gate, then we're usually changing a title or a thumbnail. Mm-hmm. But the reason this thing is dropping, so like at the end of the first day, I got 5.3. But you got to remember, at the end of the first day, it was over 10,000 views. So it depends on the impressions, right? If you're not getting enough impressions, like let's say I only have 1,000 impressions and I have a 4.8 click-through rate, it's probably a title and a thumbnail issue, right? So I might change one or the other. But when you're getting these kind of impressions, 2 things are happening. One, YouTube is starting to try different audiences because they're like, oh, this audience liked your stuff. Let's find another one that likes your stuff. Oh, this one didn't. Well, let's try this one. And you're going to notice your graph. Now, this one's kind of hard because it's kind of almost a straight line going across, but you'll see a lot of them go like this. It goes up, down, up, down. So you're like, there's clients I've had that they'll start at 16.2% in the first hour. The next hour will be down to 5. Then it'll go up to 12. Then it'll see how it kind of goes up, down, up, down, up, down. Every time it's going up and down, it's trying a new audience. So it's trying to find the right audience. And over time, you get more views and impressions. Naturally, you are going to get a lower click-through rate, but that's okay. So as long as typically, okay, this is for videos that are micro viral and start going up. As long as it's above, I would say 3.5%, I think it's pretty much fine. And this is 4.8. This is fine. A little bit lower than usually we'd want. I mean, we have some videos that I think the one over 100,000, you might have to check that. I think that one's around 5. I want to say it's around 5. But regardless, once you get more impressions, naturally click-through rate's going to fall down. Now let's just pretend we didn't have all these views and we were getting a lot of impressions and we only had 1,000 views at 4.8%. We're probably going to change something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we're kind of reading that. So I wouldn't say I don't want you to think, 4.8%, that's a good click-through rate. It's really not a good click-through rate.
No.
But because of 355,000 impressions, it is going to drop. So that's natural. It wasn't that low the whole time. Like you saw, it was up to 7.2, it was 9, and then it dropped to 5. And it's all over the place. So that's one thing I want you to kind of look at is look at 9.4 first hour, right? Then it's going to drop. Then it's going to come back up. And it kind of hovered around 6 to 7, that's like the lowest we kind of keep it is around 6 to 7. That we're like, we don't got to change anything really.
Mm-hmm.
But now again, it was getting the views though too.
But I would say this though. I would say this is the first 24. I checked this down here. The next morning, I think it was. Actually, let's see here. Test stopped, and it was running
10:16.
Yeah. So I stopped it after a day, right? And so the reason why is because I noticed right away this was at 60%. And I'm like, well, if this thing is showing and they're serving this thing up a lot of impressions, and this is being displayed, that's going to maybe hurt our results. So I said, let's just go with the winner right now. So I went ahead and I clicked on, make this the winner. And then that's what we've set on. Now I could, if this thing starts to dip a little bit, I could always come back in here and add another one. Now we can test against this one because this one proved itself to do pretty good.
Yeah. And I would say let's talk about typical videos, not micro viral, but just typical videos. Like for us is usually a couple thousand views. Like those videos, we want between 6 to 8%. That's what we're going for. So out the gate, you should have the highest click-through rate should be out the gate in the first hour.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you kind of know, you can kind of get an idea of how your thumbnail is kind of doing. Because if out the gate, it's at 2.1%, something's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably your thumbnail.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I kind of go off of that. Cause like I said, I've had some where the first hour hovers around between 10 and 16%.
Mm-hmm.
Like our channel typically is between 9 to 11 in the first hour.
Yeah.
About 9 to 11%. That's how we know, okay, it's on pace. It's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Because again, we know it's going to drop over time as well.
Yep. All right, cool. So if we look at engagement was good. This is first 24. Let's go back to since published. So over 4 minutes, a little bit above average. Like I said here, our audience, you can see here. So this was returning, and then you can see new. So that's good where they're pretty much being served up, but they're returning. That's great. We want returning. So those are all good. And I'm just curious here if this tells us down here. It's only $5.38 for the RPM.
It's terrible,
right? So I want to lean into that for a second here. So anyone out there right now that is building a channel and they're like, I just want to get to monetization because then I'm going to start making some money. This is what we're looking at. Okay. Now, this isn't for all channels. This might be higher. Now, this is just this one video. I can go to another video and that could be $15, right? Yep. But my point is, it's going to fluctuate, right? It's going to fluctuate. And that's why this is good. Like we're making some money on the ad placements. Not going to argue there. Yes, we like that, but it's not going to be the main revenue stream of this brand. It's just not, right? We're going to be doing courses. We're going to be doing coaching. We're also going to be doing affiliate stuff. Like we haven't even started with the affiliate stuff. Like we haven't even really started. The other thing is sponsorships. When you get the big enough audience, and I say big enough, it could be just you're consistently getting 3,000 to 5,000 views. A sponsor wants to get in front of those people. If you're like targeting a specific niche, you could get paid $1,000, for a mention. So there's so much more that we can do. That's why whenever I get someone's attention on this, I'm like, please listen to me. This right here, if all you're doing is building something for the monetization on the back end of YouTube, it's risky, and it's not probably going to be what you imagined it, or it's going to be all over the place. So just, again, I wanted to share that with you guys. All right, cool. So that's this one here. We're going to keep an eye on this one. We like this one. This is a good one. This is doing really well for us. I did want to go into real quick. We'll just go into everything on the analytics, and you can see here too. Let's do this real quick. So right now it's saying the last 28 days, we're at 1341, right? So if I go into revenue, you can see, and if you look here, like yesterday was $71.28, but look at down here, it was $25, and here it was $23, and here it was $29, but over here, it was $90, right? So it's all over the place, And if we go here on average, our average for the channel is $7.61, and our lives, $9.57. Okay. So just keep that in mind. But if we look here, you can see this is when we got monetized, $223. Here was 182. So it dropped, right? Then we went here, 561. Then we went 1473. Then we went 1760. And right now in January, what are we? We're not even, it only tracks up till 2 days before this. So probably like 6-7 days. We're at 255, right? So you just got to keep that in mind. I'm just really trying to stress on that. All right. Let's see here. So the other thing I did want to show is the community thing, the community post.
Yep.
But I thought there was something else that I wanted to share. Let me just go into this real quick. Look at those numbers, guys. That's last 28 days. That's pretty awesome.
I think we just passed 650,000 views too on the channel.
Overall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I go lifetime, 630.
It's weird because I got the notification from vidIQ.
It could be a day or two behind too. Oops, let me get that out of there. Let me go back to last 28. And then what I wanted to do is where did I want to go with this? No, it was here. Oh, I know what it was. It's different because I got these icons. I can't read them. It was here, the one that, not the date, views. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to get into this one.
Yeah.
This one here, is still just chugging along, right? Still chugging along. We had an hour here. It was 78, 67, and this thing was published November 12th. Okay, November 12th. 113,900 views, 5,700 watch time hours, 3,100 subscribers, and it's brought in $554.11. This one video could get a channel monetized.
Yep.
Just this one video. You know what's really interesting though, Scotty? I just noticed this. End screen.
I know, it's weird.
No, it's good. And,
no,
and you know why
good.
I think that's the case? Because the video that did well, the most recent video,
you pushed it to this.
My call to action was to go to this video. Because that video, I think it was where it was like, maybe it wasn't.
It could have been. It's funny because now that you say that, I was in the comments last night and someone did comment and say that they found us watching another video, went to the end card to the other video, and then subscribed after that.
All right.
So it could have been.
So, here's the other thing I want to say here. And this is totally like kind of off topic, but I wanted to bring it up because it just came to mind. When you're just starting and you're getting like 30 views, 50 views of video, it sucks, right? Scotty, sucks, right? Sucks pretty bad.
Go watch our original videos on this channel. You'll see it.
Okay. So you'll see, actually, if you go back and watch some of the ones Scotty shot in the beginning where he was like, we're at 300 subscribers and I know, I get it. I mean, we've done other channels, like working on my dad's channel, and it's done well, but it's pretty frustrating, but we're going to stick it out. Right. And then here you are. But the one thing you have to realize, and this changes the way you think about your content. If you're creating a piece of content, you publish it, it gets 25 views, 50 views. when you do have a video that gets traction, that those other videos are going to get lifted because now they're part of your library. I've got people right now going in, and actually we can do that real quick right now. Let me go into comments real quick. Okay. And I just want, I don't know if it'll show me in this view. I got to maybe make it smaller. Why isn't it showing me that? Normally you can see what video they came in from. I don't know why it's not showing me that.
Yeah, that's weird.
You know what I mean? It usually shows us that. But usually you'll see, that's so weird. It's not showing me that. But basically what you'll see is an older video brought someone over here. Right? So, yeah, that's really.
Yeah, I go to the community one. You're just in that video's comments.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Sorry. You're right.
The
title ninja's right. There it is. Okay, cool. So yeah, so if we look at this right now, right? This video is from November, and this video is still getting people to comment, right? Let's go a little bit further, and you're going to see, there's my community post I'm going to share with you guys. Look at that. Another one. It's crazy. This here, okay? Right now, that pool is covered. Actually, it's got my cover on it. It's still running. I'm in the South. I'm in South Carolina, but there was a bunch of leaves. So we put one of those stretch covers on it, right? But I was sitting out by the pool. So this here was probably late August, early September. Still getting people to comment. They want my hooks, right? Here's another one. Same video, right? So those are older videos. Okay. This one here's an older video. Keep going here. There's that video again, right? So all of these are comments. These are fresh too, by the way. These haven't been responded to. Scotty's slacking. He hasn't responded to these.
Listen, I had work today. Okay. Listen, some of us are working 2 jobs right now. Gosh.
Yeah, I've been there, done that. I don't want to hear you crying.
YouTube and teach. I'm teaching all day. Doesn't matter what I'm teaching.
And any of you that are new and you don't know, Scotty is a physical education teacher for elementary school. So yeah, so he's teaching there too. Here, this one here. This one was an older one. Right. So look at all of these. I mean, this is crazy. Scotty's looking at it going like, damn, I got to respond to all of them.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's funny. I set time though tonight to do it. Last night, it took me like an hour. I'm not even joking. I sat on the couch. I had a basketball game on.
Guys, look at this.
Going through.
Okay. I mean, just look at this. You know what this says to me?
Stop.
This says,
it's actually making me mad now. I got to do all
this. This here says engagement/email subscribers.
It does. 100%.
Right? I mean, look at the, I'm still going. I ain't even stopped yet, Scotty. Come on. Gosh, you need me to help you tonight? I'll jump in and bail you out if you need me to.
No, I set my time.
Look at all these. Okay, we're at the end. Finally.
There goes. We love a Captain Hook and Title Ninja banter.
Yeah. All right. But anyway, I wanted to prove my point that there's older videos that are still going to be consumed. They're going to be found, even if you're only getting 2 views a day, right? Yep. Those are 2 views. They're going to lead people to another video. So just always keep that in mind. If you're struggling and you're like, man, I just don't have the momentum, you're building that or you're creating that for your future viewer. That's what you're doing it for. Okay. And I promise you, you're gonna make them happy because they're gonna have more content to consume, and then they're gonna start binging, and then you're gonna have people that are gonna comment and go, "I just listened to 4 hours of your stuff in the car while I was driving to my relatives or whatever," and you're like, "Cool, like thanks," But they're constantly, and again, it's as long as you're putting out useful, valuable content, right? Like that's got to be in the mix.
Yep.
All right.
I think too, let's kind of simplify this and go back a little bit, because I had this the other day when I was talking to someone in the 1K collective. One of the things I see early on, even if you had your channel for a while, but maybe you weren't using the right strategy going into it, and let's say you haven't picked the right niche or you haven't niched down enough, right? And you're not getting the impressions. And when I say you're not getting impressions, you should be getting at least 1,000 impressions on a video. If you're not getting that, that just shows that YouTube does not know your content, and it's not YouTube's fault. It's your fault for not putting either enough content out or not being specific enough about who your audience is you're trying to hit with that. And when you do 100 different things, YouTube doesn't know what you want. But if you just do one thing, and perfect example, I meant to share this with you today, Dad. I was, doing my Title Ninja job during my break today at work, and I was going through titles, found a couple of great ones for you, by the way.
Okay.
And as I was doing that, I came across a guy's page. He has 6,000 subscribers,
Okay.
but he's getting, I want to say on average, 10 to 15,000 views a video.
Whoa.
And do you know what his niche is? Everything Tesla. Everything.
Okay.
He's just a kid. He's probably like 22 years old, and all he's doing is everything with Tesla. Updates on the Tesla. Hey, get these whatever exterior stuff to put on it. The tires, whatever, rims, any of these stuff, like all equipment stuff, like just different types of video. But his whole thing that he started, like, I want to say 2 years ago, maybe, every video is about Tesla.
Sure.
So that's just showing you that if you're specific on a niche, you can get the views after it. And and again, the reason going back to why I brought this up is because a lot of people, they're like, oh, I'm not getting the views. And you look at your impressions, and you're not getting the impressions. And now you're like, oh, well, you told me to get impressions, but I can't even get that. How am I supposed to get views? You need to make it specific to YouTube who you're trying to hit.
Yep.
When you're talking about three different things, when you talk about makeup, then you talk about cars, then you talk about whatever, like, they don't know who you're for. Pick one thing, go with it. You can get general later and add stuff. Go one lane, and I promise you, you are gonna see literally going from only getting 500 views at the end of the day to getting 1,000 in the first hour. Like, it's gonna take time. Like, it's not gonna be overnight. But if you be consistent, and when I'm saying consistent, not just but 1 a week's a good start. But if you want a faster growth, you're going to need to do a little bit more. You just need to do more.
Yep.
And if you want the fast growth, and I'm saying if you do that, there's no reason in a month you don't start getting those impressions.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about that in the 1K collective, and it's like we talk about taking more swings, right? It's all about taking more swings, right? I mean, the great example is if you are playing baseball and you get one at bat, you've got one chance to get a hit. But if you get up 3 times or even 4 times, if you're batting in top of the order, you got more chances, probably going to get more hits, right? Or at least you have more chances to get hits. It's the same idea. We got to get more at bats. We got to get more chances. We got to get in the game, right? Yep. And, a lot of people are like, well, I just don't feel like, YouTube knows who I'm trying to target. It's probably because you haven't fed it enough yet, right? You got to keep feeding it. You got to keep being very intentional with your titles. That's why we call them title hooks and title signals. We're trying to signal the algorithm. We're trying to hook the viewer, but we're really trying to signal the algorithm that this is what this is about. The thumbnail's job is to get the attention, so then they read the title and then they click in, which, by the way, if you are in the 1K collective and you're here with us here today live, we're going to be joining you here in a couple of days. We're going to go deep on thumbnail stuff, because there was a lot of issues that could be very easily corrected by your thumbnails. And here's a little lesson I want to give you guys, or even just a little exercise. I want you to create your thumbnail. Okay. And I want you to show it to someone that has no idea what you are doing a YouTube channel on. And if you want to just even random person, I even said to Scotty, you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to take some of our thumbnails from our students and just blindly go up to someone that's walking in a store and go, hey, sir, can I ask you a question? If you were to look at this thumbnail, I wouldn't even say thumbnail, this picture, what would you think that this video would be about? And then I'd like him to tell me, right? And so there was one example, and I'm not like picking on anyone. I just want to make this very clear, right? Because it's so easy to think that the title's doing the work. The title's only doing the work of the algorithm to get it in front of the right audience. The thumbnail is then visually going to get the attention of the person scrolling, right? And so you want to be very, very deliberate with that. That's why until you get like really well known in that space, you got to start putting in those little indicators, those little things. If you're talking about, I don't know, if your thing is gardening, right? then you better be in a garden, or you better have a shovel, for the garden, or a tool for the garden, right? You should have that. Or what if you're just sitting here at a desk like I am, and I'm going to give you some tips on growing something? How are you going to know what it's about? Right. So we have to be very, very intentional with that. And we saw I'd say probably 80% of people, they just weren't crystal clear on their thumbnails, and super, super simple fixes. And if you're in the 1K collective, you're in that group. I even went in, and Scotty went in, and we've made some thumbnail examples for you to kind of show you that example of kind of like what that looks like. So this way here, we understand it. We're going to be going really deep this weekend with that group on this, and really trying to make that a point that gets driven home. And if you guys are not in the 1K collective group and you're wondering how you get in, right now it's closed. It's a 4-week beta class. Once we're done with this, we're still not sure how we're going to roll it back out. But it's probably going to be rolled out as a class, but it's going to be a 4-week class where you're going to be able to go through, and these lessons that we're teaching, that we're actually building for this class, are going to be part of this course curriculum, but also part of the training. So if you're interested in that, just put, I don't know, what do we want to put in there, Scotty? What did we have them do last time? Was it beta group or something, or collective 1K? We can't do 1K.
We didn't have a thing in here, so we.
I thought I had people comment something. I don't know. If you guys are interested in it, just let us know in the comments, and we'll send you over to the page. It's live, but it's not. You can't join right now. We'll be doing that later. Anyway, and Cynthia says, your guys' thumbnails remakes were very impressive. I mean, I was literally like, I whipped something up super quick, because I'm like, I got to get this in here. All right. I got one other thing. And then, Ty wanted to know, I'm covering Scotty's face when I put that in there. So let me go ahead and pull this back, and then let's go here. What are you replying with all those hooks comments? Couple different ways you can do it. You can use vidIQ, and you go in there and you just click on, got like save templates, or you can just save it on your phone. If you're doing it on your phone, and put it in your notes, copy and paste, depending on how many lead magnets you have. We have 2 right now. So it's really literally a copy and paste, because then you're sending it to them. And yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing. So it's a little time. Here's the other thing. A lot of people want automation. They just want automation from day one. They're like, I want to automate everything. I don't want to do I don't want to do the replies. I want to auto replied. But here's the deal, guys. Yes, it's taking us more time right now. But right now, we're doing what most people won't. And if you do that, you're already miles ahead of your competition, right? And that's the thing that's going to make you stand out. Emails come in to me every single day. I answer each and every one of them. It takes me time every day, on top of everything else I'm doing. But I'm doing it because it's building the relationship, which is the R in the 100K roadmap. And if you want a copy of that 100K in the comments. All right, cool. Any other quick questions, Scotty? And then we can go ahead and we can. I
just want to add this in here. Shout out to Sean. He said, I'm in the 1K collective group, and the value I received in the first week alone was more than worth the price. Appreciate you, Sean. And this is only week 1. We got 3 weeks to go. Yeah. And this Saturday, man, well, we've been making up right here. Like, we got a lot of stuff, to share. And I love that we get to dive deep into it.
Well, I think the cool part, the cool part this week is going to be really being able to take real examples. So a lot of what we're going to be doing this week is taking like videos that were shot by students and bringing them in, and then analyzing them, and then looking and saying, okay, the intro hook that we talked about, can we make that better, or is it good? Here's an example of a thumbnail. Here's what it looked like. Here's what I'd like to see, right? What's the click-through rate look like? So all of that, a lot of it's going to be reviewing and then tweaking. For those that aren't going through this in the live kind of atmosphere, you're still going to be able to go through and see all of these examples from real students. So that way there, it's still going to be beneficial. So yeah. So anyway, Sean, thank you for that. Appreciate it.
What's up, Double S? What's up, O'Keefe?
Nice. What up, O'Keefe?
What's going on, man?
Well, Keith's got a video or two, I think, that's starting to pop. I think the last I checked.
A few days ago that started doing pretty good.
Yeah. Cool. All right. I do have one other thing I want to share with you guys. If you have any quick questions for us, drop them in the comments, and we'll try to answer them. We are limited on time today. I got to actually pick up my daughter in a little bit. So I got a hard stop here shortly. All right, cool. Let me get into it. Let me share my screen one more time. And Scotty, if I'm forgetting to mention anything or anything, let me know.
You didn't show the post yet from the community.
I'm going to do that right now.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm going to do that right this second. Why am I talking like that?
I don't know. You know what's great for me? Oh, I was going to say, while you're pulling that up, tomorrow's an e-learning day, means I get to stay home tomorrow. So you know what that means? I get to watch the full game tonight of Penn State Notre Dame.
That's right.
That starts tonight, but the big game's tomorrow. We got any Ohio State fans in here? We're some Ohio State fans. So we got any Ohio State fans in here in the building?
Yeah, let us know. Let us know. All right, let me see here. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. I am ready to share. All right, here we go. Also, I want to know one other thing real quick. We've been posting our podcast episodes, which, Scotty, we got to record our next one here pretty soon. We have been doing them. They air on Sundays. We've been recording them earlier, obviously. And what we're doing is we're answering questions through voicemail. So there's a voicemail that comes in. You get to submit a question, and then Scotty and I pick it. You come on to the creator's lunch table, as we call it. Two things. One, have you watched or listened to any of those episodes? They're also on Apple iTunes as well, by the way. You can listen if you want to. We're going to leave the links in the description for that if you would like to do that. But I would just be curious, how many of you have watched one of those podcast episodes where Scotty and I are at the creator's lunch table? Just curious. What do you think of that format? You guys like it? Think we should keep doing it? Voicemail, SpeakPipe. Scotty, you want to put that up? If you guys want to ask a question, you want it aired, and you want to get a little shout out to your channel, head on over to speakpipe.com/live video school. All right, cool. So we have the screen up here, right? Yeah, I'm showing that. Cool. Now that's not right. Why did that do that? All right, let me get into it. So community. Okay. This community tab is gold, guys. Okay. And let me share why. So if I go in here, this here was today. Okay. I've got 18 comments, 31 likes. And you'd say, cool, 18 comments, not bad. Those are all comments because they want this. They want the 100K roadmap. So I literally did this because this looks like somewhat of an Instagram post. It's kind of got that Instagram-y feel, right? And so I decided, instead of just writing this in here, I could have just wrote all this text in here, and I could have just, said here. It doesn't stand out as much, obviously. Or I said, why don't I try to just put this in a Canva document and see how it does? I mean, what do I have to lose, right? It's going to take me 5 minutes in Canva, and then I can just drop it in there and we'll test it. Be another test we can share with you guys. And I'm really glad that I did, because if I go into here, I've got 18 people that want it, right? Which we still got to respond to these, Scotty. I know. So there's 18 of them there. Now, if you guys requested this and you didn't get it, it's Scotty's fault because he hasn't done it.
Chill. You'll get it soon, okay? It literally says sorry for the delay in it, okay?
It does say that in the comment. It says sorry for the delay because we know we're going to be late. But yeah, anyway, so my point is this. Man, if you're not using that community tab, you got to start. Look at that guy. Look at that. Look at that little thumbnail, right? That was to advertise this here. We got 13 likes. Okay, nothing big. This here, we had a little testimonial from one of our students already. Let me tell you something, Scotty. I've spent around 5,000 plus in the past on YouTube help courses, and nothing comes close to the help you two have provided so far. This is the best YouTube help course, bar none. Boom. Right? So what do? I shared it. Why? Basically I just said, hey, I wasn't going to share this message. I felt a little braggy, but it perfectly captures why We are so passionate about helping small creators. Honestly, this brought a biggest smile to our faces. And I think I just said our number one mission, blah, 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 right? And then I just said, drop a heart if you believe every creator deserves a chance to be seen. So I did this little social proof. Also wanted to give a little shout out, and we were genuinely happy. So why not? Then here, 16,000 subscribers, but here's what really matters. We built this channel from zero by focusing on what actually works in 2024. Read more. And then we got all this. If you'd like a copy, comment hook, and I'll send you a copy, because I talk about the one thing we focus on here is obviously finding outlier titles. There you go, right? 24 people, right? This one here, we had a 1 out of 10. That was the one that took off. 17 comments. Those 17 comments, they're going to be people asking for and requesting. This here was when the video just started to take off, I think. This here, we did a little survey. I love the surveys. 73 votes. This one here, we were at 15,008. So all we're doing is just sharing. So you'd ask yourself, well, how can I use this in my community? You know, I teach rebounding. I'm using Cheryl. Sorry, Cheryl. You could say, hey, who got their rebounding workout in today? Or you could ask a survey. How many minutes do you spend on the rebounder every day? Right. And then just say, whatever, 30 minutes or 30 minutes to an hour to 2 hours, whatever. Right. You just kind of fill those in. People love to basically vote on something. So if we go down a little bit further, let me go down to a couple more, because I've done here. This one's a good one. Describe your channel growth in 2024. 308 votes. 27 likes and 41 comments. Okay. This one here, this is always fun to do too, where you have people guess the answer. We just had a video hit 100,000 views. Guess how many subscribers we gained? Well, they don't see this. They basically have to vote, and then it tells them the winner. This was the winner, 2,700. Right now it's over 3,000, that same video, right? So again, have fun with it. It doesn't take you long, and it's a great community piece. Look at 423 votes. Right? That means people in your community are seeing this. And when they're seeing this, guess what? The next time you post a video, they're going to probably see it because they interacted with something. Right? So I can't stress it enough. And this is something I would say do once a day. It's a great way to do it. And this here was just a random test. Took me 5 minutes, and I'm like, I'm going to test it. And already 18 people requested it. 18 more people that'll probably join the email list. Done. So yeah, pretty excited about that. How many of you are posting on your community tab? Let us know in the comments. All right, Scotty, I think that's pretty much all I's got to share. Did you hear what I said? I's got?
I heard that. I heard that. Leave it in the drafts. Leave it in the drafts. What up, Blaze?
Blaze in the house. What up?
Yeah, I love Blaze's stuff. Blaze, you got some good stuff.
Blaze is going to blow up. We're going to help him blow up. 2025 is going to be the year of Blaze.
I'm telling you, Blaze, you got the look already, dude. Like we say that every time we see your channel pop up or you comment somewhere, we're like, Blaze is going to blow up. Just give him a little time. He's going to blow up.
And we've got a few ideas too that we're going to discuss on Saturday. We're going to definitely talk Blaze. And there's a few things that we want you to tweak. But we'll talk about that on Saturday. And then let's see here. George, slots and fun. Not posting frequently enough on community page. It gets very little activity. Okay. But who cares? Right. So my thing is like, so what happens then if you post twice a day? What if you posted at least once a day? Right? Once a week? Probably ain't going to cut it. Same thing goes like Scotty was saying earlier. I post, but sometimes I don't know what to post. Literally, it can be a simple yes, no question. And sometimes that's even better because it gives less that they have to do. Like, don't make them have to reply or comment. Put up a poll or a vote, something like that, right? And I think, let's see, Mabel, I think you are in the relationship niche. How long you been with your spouse? Have them comment. People are going to be like, I've been married for 10 years, been married with, whatever. Okay. Another one. What's your number one goal for your relationship in 2025? Right. How many date nights have you went on in the past 12 months? And then give them like one, and then do like five or less, or I try to do one, maybe one a month, and then you have them vote on that stuff, right? And then you can start to recycle that stuff, right? So there's ones that I'm going to go back that I did 2 months ago, and I'm gonna go, wow, that did pretty good. We've got a lot of new subscribers and stuff. Let's go ahead and throw it back in, see what happens, right? Throw it back in again, right? See what worked, and then do it again. Yeah. So anyway, that's good stuff. George gives me a thumbs up. Who cares? Do it anyway. That's right, George. That's how we roll around here.
Yeah, like O'Keefe always says, no fluff. Just got to give it to him straight. No fluff.
Yep. Let's see. Rod says, I'm in the 1K collective and loving it. I'm wondering if I should change my thumbnail because I have a 4% click-through rate after 800 views in 3 days.
I just had her comment in the Facebook group.
Yeah, comment over in that Facebook. We have a private pop-up group that we have over there. We'll definitely look at that. We can also probably bring it up on Saturday and look at it. It's really going to come down to the impressions that we're getting, and 4%. And also the question would be, did we A/B split test, which we should have because we kind of instructed you to. But yeah, you want to have that A/B test running. Love the lunch table. Cool. It's the creator's lunch table, by the way. Let's see here. Let's see. I did like the way it shows previous titles on some videos. I'm not sure what that means. Did I say something and then that was an answer to that? Cynthia says, I agree with Sean. Insane value in the 1K collective. Thank you. That's really, really good. Appreciate that. Let's see. Any other quick questions before we rock on out of here? Tony says, I think the title suggestions and tag suggestions suck on vidIQ. Yeah, we don't use them. Guitar covers, huh, Tony? That sounds cool. I like that. I'm a big guitar guy. Who's your favorite guitar artist or guitar? No, we wouldn't call him an artist. We call him your best guitar player, I guess, your hero. That would be a great community post, by the way.
I got a good one for you. I've been told to make long live videos and split them up to become individual videos on my channel. What are your thoughts? Funny about that. Actually, that's what he used to do on Brand Creators, which was you do a live and then split it up into 3 videos. And then that is your videos for the week. I think it ultimately comes down to a couple things. One, your content. If you feel like you're good in a live stage just to kind of shoot it like it's a regular video, like an original piece of content, and then you have your 3 points and you just go into them. You already know the titles and you just go into them. I think go for it. It's also an easier way. So that way, you know, hey, I'm going to go jump on for an hour and a half or 2 hours, and I'm just going to do that 2 hours, but really I'm shooting 3 videos in that time, right? So it's more the ROI for you. So if it works for you better that way, do it. If you think you want to really focus on individual videos and kind of take your time, then do that too. I think it just comes down to preference. I don't think there's a right or a wrong with that.
Let me share one more thing here real quick. You guys see that?
No.
You can't?
No. Here. Here, now you're in. Go ahead.
I'm in now? You see the Kajabi?
Yeah.
All right, guys. I told you I'd give you an update. So far today, 132 email opt-ins. And probably be more if Scotty would comment back.
All right. Listen. This is what's going to happen. Right after this, I'm going to get some food. And while I'm charging the car, I'm going to be going through and just doing comments the whole time. Okay.
So we basically have 132 so far today. Yesterday was 195, 191 the day before. And then here we were 124, 41. So you can see it kind of dropped a little bit here. And that's because some of our videos were just kind of doing okay. Then we have a video that pops, and then all of a sudden, there we go. And then the cool thing about this is that's 2,905 people in the last 28 days. They're on our email list. They're not a subscriber they might be a subscriber, but they're actually an email subscriber, which to me is way more valuable, and you know what? I didn't even do this, but I'm going to do this too. I should make this part of the income report, because if I took 2,905 and I times that by $5, that's typically what we were spending when on my other brand creators. We were spending about $5 to $7 on an email subscriber when we were using paid ads. That's $14,525 worth of that. The other thing is, which is even crazier, is those email subscribers are actually better than ones that I would advertise on Facebook. And the reason why I say that is because these people all watched a video. So they're not just coming off of there wanting to get like the free lead magnet. And then they're like, they get it and they're like, oh, this guy's, just trying to sell me something, right? That's what they're trying to do. I know what they're doing. They just, because they're so like jaded because of the ad world, right? These are coming in. Someone might not ask for one of these things and join the email list until they've watched 3 videos. But we already know each other by that time, right? And then you're like, yeah, I know Scott and Scotty. Yeah, I'll jump on the email list, right? That's way better because now we've already formed a relationship before you've given me the email address, right? So yeah, this right here is gold. And we've got plans in the future. Any of you that are in, Scotty, did we get any report back as far as coaches, course creators in here that's on live with us here today, or even on the replay?
We got a few in here.
I'm just curious. I'm telling you right now, man, oh man, even if you're building a YouTube channel and it's around a niche where you're going to be able to educate people, and I mean, it could be as simple as we used this example before. There's people out there that they are really into striping their lawns, like mowing it like it's striped on a field, right? And there's like communities and all this stuff. You could have a paid workshop where you would charge $200 and people would pay it because they're paying $2,500, $3,000 for their lawnmower. They're buying all the fertilizer, the seed, all the different things, right? For that $200 to be able to do it's nothing, right? So my point is, if you're not even doing that, it's something to keep in the back of your mind. Because if there's something that you're teaching, as long as you can identify the thing that the result they're trying to get. Like for us, we know that you're trying to get views. We know that if we can get you views, you're going to naturally get subscribers. And if you get subscribers and views, you're going to say, this is great. And then we're going to be able to show you how to maybe build an email list. And then we can show you how to sell stuff through an email list, which by the way, if you're in the 1K collective, we have that bonus that we're going to be doing, which is basically me going into here and showing the emails and the launch that we did for the 1K collective. So we're going to be breaking that launch down of a digital product. So we can kind of show you how we pre-sell it, how we fulfill it, all that stuff. That was a bonus that we added in. And to me, that's easily worth $500 because if you took that and used it and rolled out a course, you could sell 3 courses and pay for it. You know what I mean? So, but we're giving that away as free. But anyway, my point is there's so much power here. I cannot stress it enough. All right, cool. Anything else, Scotty? Or are we good to rock and roll on out of here?
I think we're good to rock and roll. Yeah, I don't got much else except go out there, make some content, and stop overthinking it. Go out there, make content. There's a lot of information you can hear from everyone, us included. Like we throw a lot of information at people. But that's just to give you in detail everything. I feel like the one thing, I'm not just going to toot our own horn, but I do feel like we don't gatekeep a lot of things. We're 100% transparent. That's why we're showing you these revenue updates and these numbers, because a lot of people don't do that in our space. They're kind of hidden. And if every time you see a video, the revenue's blurred out or it's like all blurred out, like we have nothing to hide. We're just going to share with you exactly what we're doing. And that's why we have the 100K roadmap and all of that, because we want you guys to be successful, like, and get there, because we know it's possible because we've done it on multiple channels. And as a small channel, like we get how frustrating it can be, and we want you to have the same success. So it's, there's a lot of information, but start by content, the niching down, the impressions, like that's the main core. Everything else after that, again, you can always tweak. We are still tweaking stuff. Titles, we still tweak.
Always.
Thumbnails, we still tweak. And we call it more testing, right? We're always testing something, taking those swings, right? So we're not a master at it yet. We're just still trying to get better every time. But are we pretty good at it? Yeah, but we can always get better, right? So
always.
Just know you're always starting somewhere. You're always going to get a little bit better as long as you just keep putting the work in.
Yep. I did want to couple things here. Well, Tony says Eddie Van Halen. I agree. Eddie Van Halen, one of my guitar idols. The one guy though that doesn't get enough credit, I feel, George Lynch. He's my guy. He's my guy. Yeah, I've been following him for years. So, what's your thoughts on him, Tony? So that's my guy there. Just to kind of throw that out there. I like Zach Wilde a lot too. I think he's amazing. There are a lot of great guitar players. And I love the idea of doing covers. I mean, that's a great niche. To be able to just show covers. Now, another cool thing for you to do though is to do like breaking news when anything comes out for one of these guitar guys. Like Eddie Van Halen, when he passed away, like boom, you're on that, right? Jakey Lee just got like shot 3 times or something, right? It's like, boom, you break that news. I think that would be great for your channel. One little tip there for you. That's a ninja tip for you. My ninja tip, not his. It's not a title. That's a strategy. Anyway, there was a couple other things though real quick. Oh, okay. Jay wanted to know what's better, a course or Patreon? I like a course. Patreon is going to be more of membership. But if I was going to do a membership, I have a membership. I've done plenty of memberships. My first photography channel, New Portrait Biz, back in the day, we had a membership there where I had about 1,000 members in it, paying $10 a month. That was a great model, by the way. We did it like a BJ's Warehouse, Sam's Club model where you would pay $10 a month to be part of it. You'd get like 1 or 2 free downloads. And then from on top of that, you'd have a chance to buy stuff for 50% off in our store. That was a great model. But I also recently, about a year ago, we tested out the YouTube membership for Brand Creators, my other channel. And I like it, but I don't, because we don't have control of subscriptions. We don't have control of like retention, like any of that stuff. It's like, and they take 30%. So they're basically taking 30% cut, which is huge. Patreon, I don't know what they take, but I would say a course or your own membership. I'd use Kajabi. We have a link in the description. We are an affiliate. Buy us a cup of coffee. But I would say Kajabi would be the thing for that. Let's see here. You guys are awesome. Keep it up. Yes, we will. Who's the email provider? It is Kajabi. That's who we're using. I have to do an update because I was talking a lot about ConvertKit, now Kit. I'm going to do another update on that of who we're using because Kajabi now, we're all in. Everything's there. Website's there. All of our products are there. Checkout pages, sales pages, emails, everything is there. Everything's under one roof and it's wonderful. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. If you guys are not, go on in there. Yeah, George Lynch is cool. Doc and etc. Yep. And let's see here. What's the software you're using to make this video? You split in between StreamYard.
Yep.
And that's in the description as well. See how we got everything handy in the description? That was it, I think. And I just wanted to just make sure we got everybody in that we could. And we're about ready to drop off here. So, all right. Last thing I'm going to say, if you want the 100K roadmap, 100K in the comments. And the other thing is if you're in the 1K collective and you're watching this, we're going to be sending out the details for our next call, which is going to be Saturday. So expect that in the morning. And I'm excited for this one because now we're going to sink our teeth into your content. We've been having all of our group members create videos and post them. And then now we're going to tweak them. We've got some other things that we're going to be doing as well. But just wanted to say, we're super excited about that. And if you're not in the 1K collective and you would like to be in our next round of that, just go ahead and let us know in the comments and we will we'll send you information on that. All right. So that's it. That's going to wrap it up. I'm Scott Voelker. That's the title ninja, Scotty Voelker. And we're going to sign off. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks again. Take care. Take action. Get out there and press record. Take care.